Newcastle boss Eddie Howe was asked last week whether the strain on finishing in the top 4 last season is starting to show.
The long-term view and the season as a whole, we're 4 games in, and it's very, very easy these days to overreact one way or the other, depending on how you're doing. I think my job now is to be calm and not overreact like everyone else will. I have to back my players, support my players in this moment. I think that's really important. Believe in everything that we do and know that then results will change if we're strong.
Now, Newcastle currently sit 14th in the table, having lost 3 of their first 4. They've got, of course, Champions League football as well. I know it's early days, but we've got to have this conversation, even more so because it's international break. Are they under pressure? Is he under pressure at the moment, or is it just too early in the season for anyone?
Do you know
to
what?
Be under pressure?
You say it's too early in the season, and the job he's done at Newcastle, nobody can discredit what he's done because he's been fantastic. They finished 4th, which I'm sure a lot of Newcastle fans last season thought they'd not maybe overachieved by getting in the top 4. In the first season with the kind of the real investment, they finished 4th, which is fair play, brilliant. But obviously, expectations change, don't they? Pressure changes. You finish in the top 4 now, you jumped a few steps because people thought it might be the Europa League the next, and then onto the Champions League, and then challenge for the league. Well, you jumped into the top 4 now, so you're now with the big boys. So now there's a different level of pressure. This season, the games that they've lost, Liverpool won. I almost feel like there's no excuse. They're down to 10 men. You're at home. You probably should win that game. You go 1 up as well, by the way. You're winning that game. The Brighton away, Brighton can do that to anybody. They're a good side, Brighton, and you get beat by the best team in the world in Manchester City. But still, that's 3 losses. It's one of those where I think Eddie Howe has done a good job, but these owners now, with the ambition, the money invested, the size of Newcastle Football Club, they're going to want Champions League football again. They don't want to be finishing 8th this year. They've had a taste of Champions League, which they're going to get. They're in a fantastic group of death. So they're going to get some really good teams there. But they don't want it to last one season. It's about building blocks. You want to be in the Champions League this season and next season, and you want to keep trying to get as close as you can to obviously Manchester City are the team at the minute. But you want to cement yourself in that top 4, Champions League every year. That's how the club gets bigger. That's how the revenue becomes more. All of a sudden now, if you don't finish 8th and you take all these steps backwards, of course Eddie Howe's going to be under pressure. Because when you're at a top club, it comes with the territory. Like no top manager really at a top club gets kind of a free rein for too long before people start to go, right, on to the next one. And these Saudi Arabian owners, they're ambitious. They want Newcastle to be one of the biggest clubs in the world. You're not one of the biggest clubs in the world if you finish 8th.
Are you, or are people now starting to look under the spotlight more of certain players in their side, if they want to make it to the next level, maybe need to step up or maybe aren't good enough? That sounds a horrible sentence.
No, it's true. What you said there, Andy, is 100% spot on. Because, and we spoke about it before, we spoke about this Newcastle side, where can they improve? Now, I really like Almiron, but you can't tell me you can't find a better player out there than him.
Right.
So there's one.
Okay, what about... I don't even want to say this, but I'm saying this because he's not made the England squad, and there are question marks whether or not he can play with his feet. I'm talking about the goalkeeper, Nick Pope. Is he a player you think maybe perhaps that Newcastle fans or even Eddie Howe will be going... Because I personally don't think that he's a problem, right? I think you look at their defensive record last season, it was up there with the very best of them. Course. And it's a slow start to the season. They've had tough games.
Do you know what it is? I think if you want to play this modern day of football, which is you have to play with your feet out from the back, Nick Pope can't do that. Simple as that. I know people say, yeah, but he's okay with his feet. These managers now, they want players that are exceptional. Like, you look at Manchester United, for instance, Onana. He is so comfortable on the ball. And look how he just holds onto it. That's how they want their goalkeepers to play. Nick Pope, shot stopper, coming for crosses, all that, brilliant. Like, one of the best in the league at doing that. But that last little bit, which is so important now, vital, which is playing... Unless Eddie Howe doesn't want to play that way, then you've got no issues. But if you do want to change and start playing out from the back, I don't think he's comfortable enough to do that.
Do you think that there's Newcastle fans will be thinking, you know what, we had such a great finish last season. We've got Champions League football. We've got, I think, Milan away at Milan is their first game in the Champions League. Will they be sort of riding on such a high crest of a wave? They'll be going like, we're okay, this is, don't worry. Or will they be going, no. I know it's early. We're 14th. We've only won 1 out of 4. Something's got to improve quickly. Will they be worried yet?
Do you know what? Newcastle fans might be okay and they might still be riding that wave. The owners won't be thinking the same thing. The owners, again, Champions League football, as you said, AC Milan, PSG, is it Dortmund, the other one, in their group? These are blockbuster games. The owners don't want it to be a one-off. They want to see it next season and for the next, however long they're at that club, they want to see it continually growing in the Champions League every year. So the fans might be for this year, it's fine. Eddie Howe, brilliant, no pressure. The owners won't look at it that way.
Okay. Final question, and we'll take calls in it. Eddie Howe, is he under pressure this season?
Not yet. But if he keeps losing games, I mean, they come back, they've got Brentford at home, which isn't a given.
No.
Not a given. Then they got AC Milan in the Champions League, then Sheffield United away, then City in the Cup, and then Burnley at home. So There are games
They've
that
got winnable Premier League games if they want to move up the table.
But when you're not in a rut, but when you're losing game upon game, even the smallest game where you go, we'll beat them, all of a sudden you go, ooh,
tough game.
This will be a tough game.
Okay.
This.
We're talking about Newcastle. Let's speak to Shawnee. Sean. Hello, Sean.
Hi, you okay?
I'm great. How are you?
Yeah, really good. I'm still laughing at the fact to the thought of Virgil van Dijk giving his long card number for a fine.
Just don't know how it works, right? How did you think it worked? How did you think they get fined?
No, you asked it, and I thought actually that's a fair point.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is Virgil. Can you put me through to Liverpool accounts, please?
Absolutely brilliant. I love it.
Yeah, it's good to know that Benty's been there, so we find out. Go on then, listen, Shawnee, you're a Newcastle fan. I know it's a crazy question. We've only had 4 games, but it's been an awful start for Newcastle. Does it worry you?
Yeah, it has been a bad start. I agree with Benty, to be honest. I don't think he's under pressure yet. I think if he doesn't pick up, and to be honest, I think he needs to win his next 2-3 Premier League games, because they're all winnable. I know Brentford's a tough one, but at home, the way we performed against Villa, we absolutely blew them off the park. I do think we should have put Liverpool away 100%. I know you'll turn around and say, well, they didn't win it. We should have won that. No, not many teams are going to the Etihad expecting to get a result, and Brighton, to me, was a really poor performance. But I don't think he's under pressure yet. I think if he doesn't get a maximum 6-9 points out of his next 3 Premier League, I think those people start talking about that, and he'll start to feel it a bit, yeah.
Okay, Sean, thanks for that. Let's quickly take one more. Alex joins us. Hi, Alex. Alex?
Hello.
Hello, you all right? Sorry.
That's all right. What were you doing, Alex?
I was listening to the other caller, and I was like, that's like my name,
okay. That is like your name. It is your name, Alex.
Yeah.
Off you go. What would you like to say?
I partially agree with the previous caller. I think compared to last season, because we lost to Man City at the Etihad, we beat Aston Villa at St James's Park, we lost to Liverpool at St James's Park, but we brought the goals down massively. So, in my opinion, it's improvement. It's just these next games is where we need to catch up to the rest of the table.
Yeah, I think you'll probably beat Brentford. Look at Dan, isn't it? You don't even know.
Smash Brentford.
I think you'll smash Brentford.
Yeah.
But no, do you know what? Brentford will be tough on the way. It'll be
tough.
difficult, but I expect Newcastle to win that game comfortably.
talkSPORT Drive. Super opinionated sporting debate. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.